Hello, my dear Aquarius. I go by Venetian Vibes, and I'm going to be doing your December love and spirituality reading. So, I've already shuffled the deck for you guys. I'm just going to begin by lighting your candle. I do these candles, I make a new candle every month for my monthly readings. And for December, I've imbued this candle with the energy of healing, the healing energy of Archangel Raphael. So this is a healing candle, and I hope it meets you well. Okay, so I'm going to start by getting a oracle card for you guys. We'll have one oracle card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, and it's going to give us an idea of what's going on with you. And then at the end of this reading, I will read the message for this card, but let's just get started with one beautiful keyword. Let's see what we get for my dear Aquarius for December. What message do you have for Aquarius? Okay. The card that's come out is security. Okay, so security is important. Definitely good to feel secure. It looks like that's the theme for December for you guys, is making sure that you feel safe and secure in your life, and that you are moving towards what you need in order to feel like everything's going to be okay. And it looks like that is your focus for this month, but we'll get more into why security has come out and in what fashion it is being represented in your life. So I'm going to just key into your energy for a second. Just tune in, and then I will split the deck for you. Okay. All right, so the underlining energy for December is the Five of Cups. So this is a bit of a mourning card, so like mourning a loss, but it is also about disappointment. So, and I'm picking up a lot of that energy of disappointment and not really being able to recognize that at this time there's actually more going on for you and in this situation. There's more potential. I want to say the word potential than what you're recognizing. So whatever it is that you're feeling disappointed about, there's more potential than you are recognizing, and that is one of the lessons of this card. While the person has the 3 cups that have been spilt, and they are just focusing on those 3 cups, meanwhile there are 2 cups that are still standing, and they just aren't able to focus on that or even recognize that those cups are still there. So I'm getting that that's the message for you is true to this message of the card, and that is just simply that they are there. But then I'm also getting and this is the energy of this deck specifically, that some of you do recognize the potential that's there, or you see that there's still something good to a situation in your life, but you are letting it go. And some of you are being a little bit self-destructive, or sort of like, I almost want to say self-pitying, but not in like a judgmental way. Just sort of like not willing to do what it takes. So instead you're just sort of just pouring it out. You can see she's pouring it out with her foot, just kind of letting, just dumping the whole thing, even if there is potential. So let's see more. Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords is crowning your reading. It's in the reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Ace of Swords and is upright, so that's very positive energy. We have the Three of Wands sitting in your unconscious. And the Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay. And the Sun is sitting in your past. So that's wildly positive given what's kind of going on here for December. But then also behind it is sort of this mourning, another mourning card, in the Moon in the reverse. So it would almost seem like in the past, and this is about conversations and collaboration, but it was almost seem like a revelation with the Moon in the reverse. That's revelations, information coming out that was hidden before. But whatever information came out is somehow hurting you quite a bit, because this is the traditional mourning card of the deck, the Nine of Swords. So it's almost like something came out and you feel like you suffered a loss. And it also goes into more about disappointment. But then we have the Sun here. So there's a sense of freedom that comes with losing things sometimes. And I think that that's what you're feeling a little bit. Some of you guys are feeling that, at least in the past. Feeling like sort of once you let something go, there's like a new beginning that kind of occurs, and you're kind of getting a sense of that. That kind of feeling for some of you. But dipping into our December spread, these beautiful 6 cards here, there's definitely some interesting energies happening. I almost want to begin with it's hard to know where to begin. So we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And it's crowning your reading. It's in the place of your internal world, your conscious, the place of your consciousness. So this is the energies that you're aware of that's going on with yourself. So it seems like something has been brought to your awareness about yourself, and it's about self-sabotage. And it's something you're trying to work on releasing. Is this sense of sort of self-entrapment, where you feel very trapped by things, and oftentimes with the swords is representing your own thoughts and your own mentalities. And so you have this way of thinking so much that your thinking is actually controlling you, and what your thinking is doing is causing you to stress over things and have anxiety about things that actually don't warrant that kind of energy. So you're not needing to feel this anxiety that you're feeling, but you are, just because of your own way of thinking about things. And this, you have a sense of disillusionment. Sorry, not disillusionment. I guess what I mean is there needs to be some disillusionment, because there is an illusion to the energy of this card, where feeling bound, feeling constricted, feeling controlled, when you're not really being bound, constricted, or controlled. And then we have, oops, just kind of messed those up. In the seat of your unconscious, it's the Three of Wands. And this is getting us, I'm having a sense of freedom from this card. A sense of like an open future for you. Nothing really holding you back. There's the open water. You have the tools that you need. She has her little surfboard to go out surfing. So there is a deep down need, and this is your unconscious, so it's energies you're not aware of. So you have this deep down need to have freedom, and I'm thinking to explore the open waters, so to speak. So to go out and explore and have new experiences. And that's really what you want. But that energy is being repressed by all of this anxiety and these sensations and you're feeling like you're being controlled, maybe by life circumstances or other people in your life, things like that, or you have a great fear of being controlled. But that's all just in your mind, and it's preventing you from seeing, or at least going to get what you really want. And bringing the security concept back into this, this is a card that is like the ultimate insecure card. The Eight of Swords is traditionally represented by, and the representation is pretty true to the classical, which is a woman who's being completely bound up and tied, and there's swords kind of caging her in, and she has a blindfold on, but it's known to be something that's sort of self-inflicted because she can get out, and the cage is not really that secure, like preventing her from getting through the swords. It's almost like she has bound herself there, is the idea of the card. So it's definitely about self-destruction in a way. And then with the Two of Pentacles to the left, the Two of Pentacles, there's just so much out of balance that's happening. It's so much, this is known to be a card of where you're juggling a lot of different things. And I think that this is having to do with the more pragmatic aspects of life, because we do have that strong sense of security that you're really wanting to bring into your life in December. So to be so focused on feeling secure means that you're probably within a lifestyle that is ungrounding. It's probably very, very hectic and busy, and you're probably having to juggle a lot of things. So she's juggling her pentacles, and oftentimes there's a sense of stress with this card because it is hard to be doing so much, and it's also hard to really have time and this create a space for shifting and for approaching your inner world and what's going on within, and actually being able to achieve like some sort of internal growth when there's so much going on in the day-to-day that is stressful and ungrounding. Because if you're looking for security, it's likely that your day-to-day life is ungrounding. And it's probably because of the search for security that everything is so hectic, because it sort of is like, I'm getting the type of person that keeps charging ahead and doing everything they can in order to achieve security, but the very pursuit of that ends up being very stressful and creates anxiety, which makes people feel less secure. So it also ties into this energy here of sort of self-undoing. And then with the Ace of Cups in the reverse here, that's an issue with actually being able to feel a sort of self-love. The Ace of Cups is a connection to spirit and a connection with your own core self and a sense of self-love. It's really just the card that's about self-love. And you have two aces here in the spread, and no other sign so far has had two aces. So it's a lot about what's going on within yourself. So in the upright, this is someone who's experiencing a lot of self-love, but it's in the reverse. So that's a very simple message. And then with the Five of Wands underneath that, I'm thinking that it's really hard to feel a sense of self-contentment and relaxation. And I'm thinking that it's hard there seems to be a lot of anxiety happening for you. And so with all this anxiety and stress, it's really impacting your ability to just feel a sense of self-containment and self-love at the center of it all. That is lacking, and so that lack being there is causing stress and anxiety. So it kind of operates in like the circle, just like how this woman is kind of moving these pentacles around in a circle, kind of juggling them. That's a dynamic that is going around in a circle for you. And the Five of Wands is in the reverse. So it's almost like this own sense of this self-undoing is creating a chaos within yourself. And you don't know what you want anymore. A part of you is like, you can see these dudes with these wands, and they're kind of, or I guess there's one female there, and they all seem to be trying to climb these wands. Are they all climbing it for the flame? I'm getting a sense that some of these people in this image don't even really know why they're climbing. And so there's almost this internal battle that you're having with yourself, and there's all these different aspects and different feelings you're having, and a part of you doesn't even know why you're doing all of it. Like, what am I fighting for here? It seems to be a fight for gaining security. So the fighting is the day-to-day and how you're living your life, and there's this stress, anxiety, and then there is this aspect of yourself that's like, why am I even doing all this? Like, this isn't making me happy. So what's kind of the point of it all? The Ace, it's great to see the Ace of Swords here, because that is known as a paradigm shift that you're having in the way that you perceive things and the way that you're thinking. So we have the Ace of Swords coming through, and it's going to be something that is just a little spark of information, a little bit of enlightenment. I'm going to start getting clarifiers for you guys, so we can see more about this Ace of Swords energy and a little bit more about what's going on with you guys, because this energy is very complex. So let's get started with our clarifiers for my dear Aquarius. 4 cards, please. Okay. So we have, starting with 2, the World. It's in the reverse. And the Moon. Okay. The Moon was in your past. It was in the past position, and it was in the reverse. Now we have it in the upright here. Both of those are major arcana, so a lot of strong themes happening for you guys in December. Let's get 2 more, please. King of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Pentacles is the ultimate secure guy, feeling completely like everything is under control and everything is going well, and they're secure in their world and the life they've created for themselves. But in the reverse, obviously that's not how you're feeling. So can I get 1 more card, please? Out came 3. I'm gonna keep shuffling for just 1, please. Can I get 1 card for my dear Aquarius? 1 card. Out came 3 again. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, so we have the 3 Pentacles. So finally we have an indication of somebody else in your life, and I am going to see what these other 2 cards are all about. Oh, interesting. It's the Ace of Cups again, and in the reverse once again, just like it's the same card as this, and they're both in the reverse. So that's very important. That energy is going to be very important to dig into. And then we have Judgment. Excuse me. I don't have COVID. I just I was drinking water, and I started choking on it earlier. I drank it too fast. So okay. So we have some strong stuff going on in December for you guys. I think that you've been working really hard with this concept of security and feeling secure in your life. but it's not happening in December. And that's what's kind of causing this paradigm shift in the way you're thinking about things, because it looks like what you're doing to achieve a certain result is not achieving that result. So for the logical person, and I think an Aquarius tends to be a more logical type of person, you're thinking, and there's even like little equations in this card. If you look closely, there's like little equations. So from a logical perspective, you're like, this, I'm doing A plus B in order to achieve C, but I'm not getting C, and that is security. So I need to make a new equation for myself. I need to figure out a different way to achieve this because it's not happening right now. And I'm thinking that it probably has to do with a sense of isolation. And so that's a theme for many people right now. But this card, and then she's also shown very alone. I guess what I'm saying is there's indications here of someone who's a bit isolated, especially with the Ace of Cups. 2 Ace of Cups coming out in the reverse for you guys. So it could be that in the end, humans need other humans in order to feel grounded and secure in their lives. The root chakra is the chakra that rules security and support, and it's also is connected to connections, like tribalism, being connected with a group, and those things are very much tied for humans, is being connected within a group and also having a sense of security. Those things are tied, and so without that missing link of having stable people in your life that you can rely on, you're not going to really be able to achieve that great sense of security that you want. That's what I'm getting from here. So I don't know if that's the realization that you have, but there is a new way of thinking surrounding this idea of how to obtain security in your life. Okay, so there's also communication coming in for you. There doesn't seem to be a person, an actual person that I'm feeling. I'm not feeling so far any separate energies from your own. I could ask more about what's going on with this 3 of Pentacles to try to get a person, but I don't think if they were meant to show up, then they would have, and they haven't. So I'm just going to read for yourself, because this whole reading is very much revolving around your own self, and not so much about other person being so involved. But it does look like there is a concept of collaboration and communication. And oh, you know what? This was in the reverse before, and I put it back upright. So seeing this, and these 2 cards are tied together because it's about fighting and very different perspectives between 2 people, and it can also represent within yourself. But seeing this card, that's all about communication, I'm thinking that there's someone or people in your life that you have very different perspectives from them, and it's something that is just impossible to work through. But it does look like there is going to be communication in December, trying to navigate it, but there's just so much judgment happening here. We have the Judgment card. So there's so much judgment happening within this connection. And I think there's also, like I said, since this other person isn't coming through very strongly, though, okay, for some of you, I will say, for some of you, there might be an earth sign in your life, but I was really getting that this is more your energy, Aquarius, but it can also be someone in your life who's mirroring your own energy, so therefore it is both yours and their energy. So that could be the case for some of you. But all in all, it just seems to be this great sense of judgment that you share with this other person of each other, and communication is coming in, but there's just not a sense of, with this Ace of Cups in the reverse, there's no love offers. There's not a lot of kindness or loving communication. And there's not like a heart-to-heart conversation that's actually helpful. There's way too much judgment and criticism for that. So it's not something that's going to go absolutely well. And then with the moon up here, there's still a lot of hidden things. In the past, there might have been a communication that did reveal something, but then with the moon being in the reverse right here, and that's funny, the Three of Pentacles right here. So you can see we have in your direct past the Three of Pentacles and the moon. And then here in December, we have the moon and the Three of Pentacles coming out once again. So that's something, it's about conversations and revelations. And in the past, a lot of information was revealed, but moving into December, things are hidden once again. Things are unclear. You are withholding information. You're withholding things about how you're feeling. And so is the person you're dealing with. Because like I said, if there is someone who you're dealing with specifically, they're mirroring your energy. Both parties' energy is present in this one card for some of you. So, and then we have the World in reverse. And that is also has to do with what I was talking about, which is not feeling strongly connected to the world. Because with the world, when it's upright, it is feeling this sense of, well, for a lot of times it represents completion. And in this sense, for some of you, it is showing that there's something that's not complete. And that still requires, I guess, more lessons to be learned. You might wish it was over, but it's not. Or they might wish it was over, but it's not. But that's just for some of you. But really, what was talking about in a greater sense of your life is how connected you are to the world around you and to the people in your life. And with the World in reverse, is indicating not a strong connection. It literally is a disconnect from the world. The moon here, so many hidden things, so much unexplored within yourself. And also with the people around you, that we just have this sense of just hidden realms and hidden objectives, hidden beliefs, feelings, all that. And it's just so contained. And that containment of so much can cause a lot of anxiety and stress and fear. And this also seems to be impacting your ability to foster a great sense of self-love, because it's about, if there's so much hidden, we have the moon twice, so there's so much revolving around feelings and containing them, or feelings causing harm, like in the past. That they're not being exposed because there's a fear about them surrounding them. There's like this sense that accessing that is going to be a problem. It's going to be hurtful. So all that containment is just about not being able to love yourself fully, because you're not able to love all of your feelings and all the different aspects of yourself that have different desires and needs. So there's definitely like a lot of push and pull and a lot of different directions, definitely a lot of thoughts as we remember what was happening here with the Eight of Swords energy and all those different thoughts that are causing a sense of self-containment. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm going to read for you the security, this is security card for you, and we'll see if there's any final messages. So you are safe and protected. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt on in the car, making sure your insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit, then let go. If you have been hypervigilant lately, take a break and relax. Know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the Creator. So that's a great message. Just reminding you to relax a little bit more and feel more safe in the hands of what you've created for yourself. Because with this energy here, it seems to be always this hypervigilance that's just turned on all the time. And no matter what you do, you're not ever feeling that sense of security for you. So that's something to really work on, or that's something to sort of address within yourself on what is preventing me from feeling secure, and what do I actually need? Because what I'm trying to do right now doesn't seem to ever be enough for me. So that's something I think, if you don't take anything else from this reading, that would be the thing to sort of think about, is what are some new ways, some new things I can do to try to feel more secure, things I haven't thought of before. I think it has to do with working on your self-love, and when you feel more fulfilled within your own self, in your own self-worth and, value, then it's easier to feel like you're being protected by those around you, and by like you have your own back, and like even the universe, if you're a spiritual and you're watching a tarot reading, so you probably are, like the universe has your back because you have a strong sense of self-love, and that you are worth being protected, and you're worth having good things in your life, and not always having to be the hypervigilant in protecting yourself. So that's what I'm getting for December for you guys. And I really hope that everything is going to come into place for you, and that you'll be able to have whatever paradigm shift that is going to enable you to release some of that stress and anxiety. So I wish the best for you guys going into December. And I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading that's going to be surrounded about like a love reading. If you want to get more into that aspect of things, I'm going to be putting that out when I'm done with all of my monthly readings, or my readings for love and spirituality readings for December. Okay, so I wish you guys the best. Okay, till next time.